Welcome to my vlog 2 on Olympic lifting. I'll be looking at the first pull and in particular the differences in first pull techniques, and I'll pose some of the possible rationale or outcomes of these differences. The first pull begins with a bar resting on the platform and finishes with a bar just above the lifter's knee. The aim of the first pull is to overcome the inertia of the bar and set up the lift to move into the most explosive part of the lift, the second pull. The dominant movement pattern is the extension of the knees accompanied with the raising of the hips and torso. Start position has shoulders above or slightly in front of the bar, shins close to the bar, and the athlete in a squat-like posture with the feet pointing forwards or slightly externally rotated. The grip width for the clean is just outside the legs and for the snatch toward the end of the bar, and therefore this has some effect on the start position as the hips are slightly higher than the knees for the clean and about the same level for the snatch. How each of these aspects are combined by the lifter will go some way to determining the first pull movement pattern. As we can see from the pictures and know inherently, there are variations in the physical stature of athletes and the quality or lack of coaching they have received, and this leads to differences seen. The main thing that will be discussed is the amount of knee extension that occurs and the associated foot position of the lifter. These pictures here show the degree of difference in the knee angles obtained as the bar nears the end of the first pull and the foot positions of the two athletes. Note that the athletes with their feet pointing forward tend to have a greater amount of knee extension compared to athletes with their feet externally rotated. For less knee extension as the bar lifts off the ground, which may decrease the backward trajectory of the bar as the knees are not as far forward of the bar at setup, and therefore the bar travels in the shortest possible distance with less force required to above the knees and into the second pull. Bar path has been shown to have a vertical and backward trajectory as well as a more vertical trajectory. This shows the differences in lifting techniques and the outcome it can have. There may also be anatomical variations, such as a long femur or shorter lower limbs relative to trunk length, that predispose an athlete to take up a particular style preference over the other. Taller athletes may be able to utilize a greater force-time relationship with longer muscle length at their advantage. In the videos and pictures shown here and through the video, the taller athletes prefer the more forward-facing foot position and therefore greater knee extension technique, whereas the shorter athletes have their feet externally rotated and less relative knee extension occurs compared to the taller athletes. This isn't to say that all taller athletes use this method or all shorter athletes use the knee extension or the knee externally rotated method, but just showing from the videos that I've researched, these are the two variations that seem to be occurring in these athletes. With the feet externally rotated, it may also provide athletes with an advantage to be able to have a lower starting position due to the greater hip flexion range and therefore place less stress on the torso, thoracic spine and shoulders when gripping the bar, particularly for the snatch. Again, this may increase the force-time relationship of applying force for longer from the start of the lift, potentially if the bar path is more vertical in nature with the feet out and a reduced knee extension technique. As you can see in the video, my technique follows the feet forward and increased knee extension approach. So from all this, it's vitally important to get the first pull technique right from the setup position to allow the rest of the lift to flow in an efficient and powerful manner. As S&C coaches, we need to be aware of the variations in skills and capacities of our athletes and how these variations manifest and materialize in the movement strategies and coach these movement strategies appropriately. Thanks for watching and good lifting.